be RB. So good afternoon everyone. My name is Dr. Jasmine Walia and I will be introducing you to your Vision IS classroom program, what services are available and how you will be able to use them. So we'll take some time to understand our program, starting with your name or reference, which is going to be RB13 2023. So you are regular foundation batch number 13 for 2023. Along with this, you must have received an iCard or a payment received or anything in which you have a registration number and a badge code. These are two more numbers which you need to keep in mind, and whenever you are having any correspondence with Vision IS, you need to mention all this. This is from now your identity in Vision IS. Every time you're writing a test, you're writing a mail, you're talking to somebody, there's a telephonic conversation, this is the information which you will be needing. Okay. Along with this, you would have received a login ID and password, right? So there are students who have joined us online using that login ID and password, and you people also, when you cannot come and attend the class, or if you want to go through exploring the class again, you can use that portal. We'll take a look at the portal and the different features available there. So once you log in with your email ID and password, a portal like this opens, and we'll go to classes here. So first let's see how your today's class looks right now. So this is the page, it has brought me back to this page actually. This is login ID and password. You can see here there is also an option of forgot password. So you know your email ID. If at any point you have forgotten your password, you can click on this. It will send a link to your registered email ID, and then you can reset your password also. That option is available. So let's try this again. So you can, while you are logging in, you can log in to our on the browser. You can download the app. However you are comfortable, you can do that. So we look at the live class. So live class means at that very time when the class is being conducted. So this is how the live class looks. Okay, just like you are attending. If you are maybe not available one of these days, you can log in at one and attend the class online also. There are some features on this page which I want to tell you about. The first one, and you must note this down, it says that in case of any difficulty, mail us at classroom@visionis.in. This is your master coordinating ID. This is the email ID which is in charge of managing your whole classroom program, and I would also like to share their phone number with you. So this is 704 28 95463. So classroom@visionis.in and their phone number. For any concerns, you can call them. 10 to 7 is our office hours. So between that, you can call them or write a mail. And when you do this, you have to give them the information of your badge, your registration number, badge code, all that you have to tell according to whatever is your concern. Then going below this, we have the next link which says, click here to see all handouts. So before I explain what are handouts, I need to talk a little bit about the study material. So you must have received your first lot of study material, right? Okay, so people online are going to receive that study material through courier in case they've already not received it. So courier and reaching different places sometimes takes time, and time and again you will be getting the next sets also. In terms of the material or the hard copy material which we are giving you, we have prepared it for all subjects, almost all subjects, based on the current trends of the UPSC exam, prelims and mains, and leaving some subjects which are more dynamic, which would be covered through classes in current affairs. So we have ancient medieval history, art and culture, your basic science, science and technology. These are the subjects for which we do not have the hard copy material. Other than this, there is a study material for all subjects in detail, topic wise, and you will have access to that material. Now, for online students, this is one email ID which will be more helpful. This is the dispatch ID which is going to be sending you your study material. Okay, so this can also be noted down. Any information on study material, you can get this from this ID, dispatch@visionis.in, and their phone number is 70421999105. This is for the hard copy material. Okay. Now, along with this hard copy material, different faculties can also give you some updated material from time to time. Or maybe they would like to share the PPTs or maps or anything which they are using in the class to teach you. So they can be sharing that with you, and when they share that, that is what we are going to be calling the handout. So you will get the handouts only in soft copy. And it's not a definite thing that every class is going to have a handout, but whenever it's the discretion of the faculty, whenever the faculty shares a handout, this will be available under this link which says click here to see all handouts, and you can click on this and download the handouts which will be uploaded here, all handouts for your batch. The next we have here, what we have here is the class schedule. Click here to see the class schedule. Have you received your class schedule for the week? Right? After this, now depending on when you took admission, the schedule might have come in between also, but from here we have a fixed pattern of sending you the schedule, and that is going to be Saturday evening. Every Saturday evening, you are going to receive the schedule for the next week. What classes will be there, who's going to be taking the class, what venue, what time, everything is going to be put in that schedule. How we plan to give you your classes, so we can start with maybe 3 classes, 4 classes, 5 classes, taking you to 6 classes, depending on, some subject orientation or things like that. You can also have 7 classes, so your Sunday might also be working. Then in some situations we can also have 2 classes possible, right? So that whatever is that pattern which we are going to go or take you to, that is going to be coming to you in the form of weekly schedules. The idea is to give you a sense of different subjects, because you are just beginning. So you have to read the newspaper also, you might be trying to go into current affairs also. For that aspect, an idea of different subjects is important. And we have created modules for different subjects for that sense, and those modules are independent of any previous knowledge which you are required to have, and are not interlinked with each other also in that sense. Like if we are teaching you, say, like the history portion, we've divided it into number of subjects. So we have world history, we we have post-independent history, we have modern history, we have medieval history, ancient history, and art and culture. Each of these modules have been designed separately and are independent of each other. The topics have been selected in a way that whatever comes first to you, you will not face any problem. And it's going to be at a basic level for understanding of people of all backgrounds. That's the objective of joining and sitting in a foundation course. Okay. So everything, general studies, prelims, mains, all aspects, the smallest to the biggest topics, all of that is going to be covered in this whole duration of the course. But the schedule for that you're going to get on a weekly basis. Now this is also one exercise which you need to do. Many of you might not have this habit of going through your emails regularly. So whatever information Vision IS is giving to you, or whatever information we are sending you, that is going to come through the email. So make this habit of checking your email at least once every day. Sometimes there is an update, sometimes there is some change. So all of that will be conveyed through the mail. You will be sending you text messages also, but email is going to be the primary mode. I'll give you the email ID for class schedule also here, which you can note. This email ID will send you the class schedule, and if you have any questions about the class schedule, you can also send them the mail. इसका मन नहीं है पीछे जाने का. Okay. So the class schedule email ID, class dot schedule @ visionis.in. So here we have 70428954559. Okay. Now going back to our page, we come to the other side. We have the section of announcements here. So anything that has to be specifically conveyed to you while that live class is going on, for that announcement section will be used. Like they have put in this announcement today that welcome to Vision IS, your batch code is RB135125. Okay, so like that, whatever information needs to be given, it will be given through the announcements. Below that, you can see a section for question and answer, which says ask your doubt. And there are two headings here, academic and technical. What do you think will be the academic doubt? For what will you select academic? Related to topic, yes, very good. So whatever is going on in the class, like you have geography class today, right? So sir is teaching some topic in geography, say maybe the solar system or anything like that, and you have a question pertaining to that. So just like you would, if you were sitting in the class, you would raise your hand and ask the question. This is the same thing. You type, you select academic, type your doubt and ask your doubt. The second option is technical. So what will be the technical query? Okay, audio or video, any problem with that? The video is not working, sound is not coming, there's some buffering which is happening, anything like that. For that, you select technical and you ask your doubt. Now these doubts are going to our dedicated team of experts. So technical doubts will go to the technical team, and we have our team of experts who will be handling your academic doubts. So when this doubt goes to our team, We have batch coordinators, like we have Sugam here in the class, and we have some people online also who are handling this. So they will send you a written reply to your query. Okay, and depending on the nature of the query, sometimes that query could be transferred to the faculty also. Like I have a big screen in front of me where if Sugam wants to post something, I will be able to read it here on the screen. Okay, and then the faculty can address that query there itself in the live class. Okay, so that option is also there, or you have definitely you're going to get a written reply to all the queries which you're asking in the live class. Now the next question is, what if you are not available for the live class? Okay, so you're not available that day, maybe you're not well, or there's some problem with the internet or anything like that, or you can't come to the class, anything, and you want to watch this class later on. So what happens there is that we are going to be recording all the classes for you, and those classes are the live class as it is being conducted, it will be processed and it will be put on your portal. Now because none of the classes have been conducted for your batch, I'll show you one of the classes from an older batch just to give you an idea as to how this whole thing will work or how that system will appear. After a few days, we will activate one more feature on your portal, which is going to be response section. So your portal, the live class is going to look like this. We'll update it after a week or so. So यहाँ पे class चल रहा है. Most things are same. Doubts, जो query part है. Then academic, technical, select, type, send. Notices is the announcement section. And responses is the additional feature which we will be introducing. Responses are aimed to make the class have a two-way kind of an interaction. Like in the class, if I'm talking about, say, democracy, and I put up this question that, okay, what is democracy? So just like the people sitting in the class can answer me, the people online can also select responses, type in their answer, and that will be available to the faculty to read, and they can participate in this discussion of what is democracy. So that is additional feature which we will be introducing in a week or so for you. Now let's find out the previous classes. All the classes are going to be uploaded on the basis of their date, their subject, class number, and they will stay with you as long as you have access to the portal. Okay, so previous classes, handout, schedule, and then going back to the dashboard. So we want to see previous classes. Chal raha. Okay, so let's open any one of these classes. Say polity class I want to see, and I want to see, say, class number 10. So they have mentioned it, class number 10, the date it was conducted. So I'll open this. There is a video which will be playing, the processed video of that class. And below the video, you have a summary. Now your batch coordinators, they are doing this job to help you with what is going on in the class. Of course, you are sitting here, you will be taking down your own notes also, but this is going to additionally be helpful for anything which you have missed or you need clarity on. A very detailed summary you can see, a detailed synopsis they have made of this class, and by the time you come to the end of this, they also tell you what is the topic for the next class. So for any subject, if you wish to do any prior reading, you will have the option of doing that also, because they've already told you what will be covered in the next class. This synopsis you can also very well use for your revision also. If later on you just want to revise what was happening under different topics, you can just go through this and use this for revision. You see this blue bar. On this there are different other features also, which we'll talk about one by one. First one is self-test. Now for every lecture, we are going to give you practice questions. Practice questions for both prelims and mains. These questions are going to be exactly from what was taught in the class. You can see here MCQs they have given. And then they have given some subjective questions also, which are going to be mains questions, and after that answers to the prelims question. This you are getting every day with every lecture, and this is for your own practice. You get to do this and check how much you have understood. The next we have assignment. Now this is important. This is one question every day which is going to get evaluated. Our idea here is to start with answer writing right from the first class. Okay. Of course, when you're starting right from the first class, the question is not going to be what UPSC is going to ask you. The level is not going to be that. These questions would be simple. These questions would be from what is being taught in the class. But the objective here is to teach you the different aspects of answer writing, because that is going to make your game in the mains examination. So how do you put in your content? How do you present your content? Should you be writing in points? Should you be writing in paragraphs? Should you be underlining? So how do you draw diagrams? How do you draw flowcharts? All these aspects are important, and it takes time to learn all of this. So that is why from the first class we are starting with this process. Every day we give you one question and we will evaluate that question and give you a detailed feedback. Now it's on you that how much you can practice, because even if you don't write a test, or before you write a test, if you're doing this exercise every day, you would have written some 300 answers already without giving any one test also. So that gives you a very prominent edge as compared to everybody else who is preparing. So you need to be very regular in doing this exercise. Along with having told you about the system, I want to ask you what is your understanding of answer writing in UPSC. So they have a 15-mark question. Okay, so 15 marks ke question mein, what do you think will be a good score? Or tell me out of 10, it will be easier, percentage type. Okay, 10 में से कितने marks अच्छे marks हैं? 6, 6.5, 7. Okay, alright. Now what is going to happen is, initially when you will start writing answers, right? So the question is going to be from what is being taught, right? And even if you do everything properly, you've written everything, they'll give you 6. So you might not get 6, but 5 you will get. Okay, 5, maybe 5.5. The problem what comes across is that after writing, say, 30 answers, you start feeling ye बढ़ नहीं रहा number. When will I get 8 marks? Right? So 8 marks you will not get. 5 is very ideal for UPSC. Have you seen the scorecard of the toppers? Right? What is the range of marks which they get? Final marks, mains? Close to 50%, right? So 50% वाला तो IAS officer बन जाता है, ठीक है? That is the range roughly, which is there. So even if we are giving you simple questions, the marking is going to be exactly on the pattern which UPSC is marking. We have a very extensive team of some 200 people who are assigned this job of checking your answer scripts, and they are the same people who are checking answer scripts for test series also. So the level which they are maintaining is UPSC level. आपका question simple हो सकता है, marking उसी तरह से होगी. So if you're getting 4 also, 3.5 also, that's also not bad when you are starting off. ठीक है? Rather than getting fixated on the marks, focus on the comments which they are giving you, because they are putting in a lot of effort in giving you those marks. The second thing is different. Your copy every day, your answer every day is going to a different person, to a different evaluator. So if you are getting the same feedback, suppose everybody is telling you improve your handwriting, you should know this is something consistently which is coming across in your paper, and this is what you need to work on. This is the stage of working on things and not on getting fixated on marks, or maybe being overjoyed by marks also. ठीक है कि 5.5 मिलते जा रहे हैं. After 2 months I will take sannyas from answer writing, then I will write in final UPSC exam. That's not going to work. Different subjects in UPSC require a different kind of answer writing skill. The way you will write the answer in geography is going to be very different from the answer you will write in social justice. Entirely different. Starting से लेकर end तक, presentation तक, everything is different. So you need to consistently keep molding yourself towards this skill. That is very important. Okay, and for a lot of people, the problem is even when they want to start answer writing, they feel ki who's going to tell me what is happening? You have this service, so don't waste this. ठीक है ना? कोई आपको हर रोज बता रहा है कि this correct this, so use that opportunity, right? And there is a lot of inertia, a lot of fear with answer writing, which we have experienced with students, and that is also something you have to actively come out of. कि कोई बात नहीं, marks कम आए, कुछ भी आए, but I have to sit down. If you feel that first I will complete geography, all 30 classes I will complete, then I will become the master of geography, then I will write geography answer. So what is going to happen? In all 30 answers you will write, you will make the same mistake. ठीक है? क्योंकि feedback तो मिला ही नहीं. Feedback मिलेगा तो improve करोगे. Otherwise, same pattern is going to be repeated. That we don't want. Right? And nobody can write 30 answers at once. ये भी एक practical बात है. ये लगता है कि बाद में someday I'll get enlightened. It doesn't happen. That's the reality. So be realistic and try to do this every day. Now, इसमें note क्या करना है? They have an assignment code here. Okay, this you need to keep in mind. This is very important for getting this evaluated. Then you have the assignment sheet which they have given here. So people online, they can, okay, they can download it, right? I mean, everybody can use this. This is the template which you have to follow, and this has been designed exactly on the way the UPSC answer script is designed. We want to give you that exact feel of the UPSC exam so that spacing का idea हो जाए. अब हर question में words you cannot count, but word limit is important in UPSC. So if you are writing and practicing on the same kind of page, you will develop that idea as to कितने एक page में मैं words लिख रहा हूँ. That is important. So इसको download करके, print करके, you can write the answers. What you need to mention here, one is your registration number, then the assignment code which I just showed you. Without both these numbers, there's a likelihood that your answer script can get lost, so make sure you're writing this properly. Then you have name, subject, like we had, I think, polity class 10, then batch, RB 13, then whatever is your submission date, like it's 22nd June. And after this, you write the question. In the UPSC answer script, question is printed first, and after that you have to write the answer. So we will be following the same pattern again so that we have a proper idea of spacing. तो आप पहले question लिखोगे, उसके बाद answer लिखोगे. ठीक है? Once you have written this, then what you can do is you can If you are writing here, if you're coming to the class, you can submit your copies here in the class also. Or what you can do is you can scan it. Scanning now can be very easily done with the cell phone. Scan in the form of a PDF, choose the file and submit. Okay, this is the exercise which you need to do. Going further to the next aspect, that is talk to expert. This is your option of asking online doubts at any point of time. Okay, like you're sitting in the class, you've studied a particular topic, but then you go back, you think about some aspect and you have a doubt. Or maybe you read something on that topic and then you want to ask a query. So, this is your option. You go to that particular lecture, open it, type in your query, ask your question. This can be done at any time for any class, right? Of course, you have to be careful as to which class you are asking the question. Suppose today is a geography class, but you want to ask something about history. Open the history class in which that topic was taught and then ask your question. Then it's going to be assigned to the right person. Like suppose Sugam comes prepared with, polity questions that he's going to be assigned today. But in a polity class, you have asked him a geography question. So it's going to be taking more time and it's going to be creating more confusion for your query to be addressed. Okay. So you can ask your queries here. Next, the last heading we have here is feedback. This link goes directly to the management of Vision IS. So anything which you want to mention about a particular class, you can do this. They have options to rate it. They also have options to write specifically, right? So anything good, bad, ugly, which you want to mention about that particular lecture, like they've given you different topics also and you can rate that. So all that option is there. So you can mention it. But just remember while you're giving a feedback that from here, you are designate civil servants, okay? Because that's what you are training for, that's what you are aiming for. So anything, any interaction which you are having in any way, that should be reflecting of that, right? And for that, objectivity, dignity, and an aspect of clarity is very, very important. So it should reflect in all your interactions. Like if you're writing a feedback, please don't write a feedback like आज मुझे मजा नहीं आया या आज मुझे बहुत ही ज़्यादा मजा आ गया क्लास में. ठीक है? अब किसी को क्या पता आपको किस में मजा आ गया, right? So be a little objective in that. If you're talking about the video or some topic, maybe you can mention the time, right? कि 1 hour 30 minutes पे this is the topic and इसमें मुझे बहुत मजा आया. Of course, objectively, you can explain that. And as needed, if needed, the management is going to get in touch with you if a further discussion on that topic is needed. Okay. This is about the portal. Let's talk about some of the other aspects which we have on this dashboard other than the classes. So you have the top two headings, Abhyas and Open Test. Abhyas and Open Test, both of our programs are not a part of the classroom program. They are additional programs for which you will have to register separately. What are these? These take place at the time of the exam. So prelims exam, mains exam, that is the time when we conduct these. Open test mainly for prelims. It is free of cost, but additional registration is required for this. These are offline tests which we conduct at different centers. Abhyas also is an offline test for prelims and mains, which is conducted at multiple centers all over India. But there's a slight fees because this is a premium product and separate registration is needed for this, not a part of the classroom program. फिर हमारे पास है classes, all the classes which are going to be assigned to you, they will be available in this link. Then you have mains, prelims. This is about the test series. Let's talk about the test series now, or the different types of tests which you are going to get along with this course. So we give you 3 levels of evaluation. First is going to be the daily assignment and self-test. That's your first level, which we've already discussed. After this, you have what we call mini test. These mini tests are 1 hour or less than that duration, and they are for general studies, prelims and mains. These are going to be based exactly on the syllabus which is going on in your class. जैसे geography से start हुआ, so first mini test would be geography. Whenever that test is scheduled, you will get an email that on this day, this particular date, you will have a mini test and this is the syllabus. That syllabus you would have already covered in your class. The pattern of these tests is such, like suppose the date is 5th September. You got a mail कि 5th September को mini test है prelims का. Now this is the release date. Please understand this carefully. You don't have to necessarily give the test on 5th September. This is the date the test will be released. After this, any particular date when you are available, when you have studied, when you have revised the topic, you can write the test. You can go to the test center to write. You can do the test online, however you are comfortable. Both options are available. After this mini test, we have the third level of evaluation, which is closest to the UPSC pattern, where you have prelims, mains, essay and CSAT. These are the 4 test series which are included in your classroom program. However, these are our standard test series which otherwise also we are selling and which people across all our centers and anybody who is enrolled in a vision test series is going to be having this same test module which we are assigning you also. So the syllabus here or the schedule of these tests will not be based on how subjects are going on in your class. आपका first subject geography है. In this test, the first subject will not be geography. Okay. This is the standard pattern which we prepare for the whole year. Prelims का test till prelims, mains का till mains. ठीक है? That is the standard pattern which we'll give you. So if it's not on your syllabus, how do you do that? How do you appear in those? For that, that's the idea of release date is what is valid here. You have these tests being released at different dates and after being released, they are going to remain valid. Prelims ka test till prelims, mains ka test till mains. What you are supposed to do is first of all, daily assignment, self-test every day. Then when you revise some portion, you give the mini test. And after that, when you have completed one whole syllabus, one whole subject, so that will be say in the next 4 or 5 months when you will be at that position, then you start writing these tests. Okay, tests to hai aapke paas. So once you've completed the subject, then you go and write them. For every test, we give you a test discussion video. There is going to be a test discussion in which there is going to be a faculty who will explain how you were supposed to approach the different questions, what are the answers and how do you prepare for them. That approach is there, right? And what happens is, because these dates, tests already have release dates, so their test discussion dates are also fixed and you will keep getting mails. तो आपको mail आ गया, Polity Test 3 test discussion tomorrow. ठीक है? तो उससे परेशान बिल्कुल नहीं होना है. Polity पढ़ाया नहीं, test discussion हो रहा है. What am I supposed to do? What will I understand? That's a video which is going to be uploaded on your portal. Whenever you write the test, go see the video. And that's how you're supposed to do. पहले test लिखना है, फिर test discussion attend करना है, उल्टा नहीं करना है. ठीक है? That's kind of cheating then. Right? So these will remain on your portal. Let's go back to our dashboard and see what is there further. So, mains mein, the mains test series, the essay and CSAT test series come later on. Okay, so after December or so, you will have these test series. GS prelims and mains we will assign you first. Mains, prelims, test series, then study material. There are some study material, some value addition aspects which we will be uploading for you in the form of soft copy, so you can go and browse and see what all is available here under study material. Then you have interview. The interview program, which includes the analysis of your forms and mock interviews, that is also a part of this course. That's a part of your classroom program. But that will come into play once you have cleared mains. Okay, so once you have cleared mains, you can take this interview program. Then you have options to upload assignment, upload mains copy, upcoming discussion, and resources. We'll see what we have in resources. The main aspect which we need, of course, there are a lot of other things which you can explore here. Toppers, answer copies, you can see. There are old prelims question papers, and there are infographics on different topics. But one thing which I mainly want to tell you is current affairs. So we have different patterns in which we will be giving you current affairs. The first is this, daily current affairs, news today. So every evening we give you a compilation of current affairs in 2 or 3 pages. So you can see here they've arranged it in a monthly pattern. So this is supposed to be a complementary thing to your newspapers. Are you aware you're supposed to read the newspaper? Okay, very good. So you have a class also, I think, on how to read the newspaper. You will have a class. Okay. So as you read the newspaper, along with that, you can follow this. It will help you understand what were the important topics, what things needed your attention. And some terms they will be explaining. As all these things are new to you, this will be very helpful. Then you have weekly focus. This is one issue, one topic, which they cover every day, every week. I feel like I should have some mantra or something. Khul ja sakhe sometimes. Okay, so you can see here, they have a wide range of topics which they have picked up. So you can select from these topics. Okay, whichever topic you find relevant. And these are so holistically covered that it will include all aspects. Prelims, mains, even your essay preparation on that topic will be fully covered if you go through these documents. Both of these things are going to be available to you only in soft copy. You can access this here from our resources section, which takes you directly to the Vision IS website. Then we have monthly current affairs. Now, monthly current affairs is a compilation of the whole month's current affairs. Whatever has happened in 1 month, based on that, we give you a monthly magazine. Have you received the monthly magazine along with your material, right? So you'll continue to keep getting that. And from the next month, we will also give you classes. So these are the monthly current affairs revision classes. So MCAR we call them. These classes will be discussing different aspects of that magazine subject wise. And these classes are going to be conducted in all likelihood at a different time. ये वाले time पे तो GS का class चलता रहेगा. There are a separate time schedule which will be given for the MCR classes. How you are supposed to take them is, you will have the option of taking them online. They are available on your portal. So whenever you have time, whenever you are free, you can pick out an MCR class and watch them along with the magazine which you have. After this, we have 2 more types of current affairs classes. PT 365 and Mains 365. These classes, they come closer to the exam. PT 365 close to the prelims exam, 1.5 months before that. Mains 365 closer to the mains exam. Now what is the difference here? This is basically a compilation of the whole year's current affairs. But we will be highlighting it from the objective of the specific exam. जैसे PT 365 में पूरे साल का current affairs compiled and from the perspective of the prelims exam. Mains 365 similarly for mains. Okay, these classes will come closer to the exam. MCR you will continuously be doing every month. That's the pattern. Now if I talk about all these services and programs, how or till what time you can use them. So anybody who is enrolled in a regular foundation batch 2023, the validity of your portal and all services which come with it, that is going to be till the prelims of 2024. So that is ideally the time when you get your result. It's going to be based on that till you get your final result of 2023, you will have the portal. So we are in 2022, roughly around 2 years time you have for accessing the portal. So everything on the portal, videos, all the services, they will be available to you. If you have enrolled in an alternative 2024 program, this becomes 2025. If you are enrolled in the alternative 2025 program, this becomes 2026 accordingly. Okay. Now for doing all of these things or having, once you will start studying in a full-fledged mode, you will realize that all your challenges and problems are not really academic. Right? All the problems you have are not about democracy or cyclone or the solar system. You'll have problems like, I can't get up in the morning. You'll have problems like, I don't like the color of my newspaper, or I'm very scared of writing assignments or things like that. So for that, it becomes essential that you have a personalized interaction with an expert also. Of course, this is not something which can be taken up in the class, right? So for that, we have a personal guidance and mentoring program, which is going to be available to you. What we will do is, we will assign you to a dedicated mentor. We'll divide you into groups of say 50, 60 students, and all these students will have one mentor whose email ID, whose phone number will be shared with you, and you can contact them for any kind of issue, any kind of concerns you have. Before we can do that, so this process will take around a month or so. You are supposed to fill out this mentoring form. This is a basic profiling data based on what is your education status, have you chosen your optional or not, what were your subjects, things like that, so that we have some ground understanding before we divide you into groups. So you click on classes and you have this link and you can fill in your details here. After we process this whole data in roughly around a month, we will be assigning you with your mentors. Till the time you have mentors assigned or group mentoring, in group mentoring you will have a lot of option of interacting with your peers also. It works online, so this will be there for online, offline, all these students. So you'll have some activities which will be done, like maybe a quiz or a discussion on news today or assignment writing, things like that. Till the time that whole thing starts, we have this email ID which you can note. classroom.mentoring@visionis.in. and I'll share their phone numbers also. 704 24 96040 and 704 2691 891. So what you can do is, you can call them or you can send them a mail. Tell them about what concern you have or what is the issue which you want to discuss. You can also give them, because the mentor will be calling you, so you can also tell what is your suitable time to talk. Okay, like maybe 11 to 6 I am available or whatever works for you. So you send them the issue, your available time, and of course you need to give your registration number, badge, all those details you need to give when you are communicating with them. So till the time you have a dedicated mentor, you can access personal guidance sessions through this site. Okay. Now anything you want to ask, you can ask here. Yeah. You need to write the answers on that sheet itself, right? So you might have received some sheets also, or you have the option of downloading it from that blank assignment sheet. Okay? उसी पे लिखना है, because ultimately exam में we need a handwritten practice, right? Handwriting practice. So that's why it's supposed to be run on that. Then you can bring it here in the class and submit it after you have written. Anything else? I'm also checking that I've not missed anything. G. So MCR is primarily going to be online. If there's any change, they'll update you, right, once this program starts. So the class recording and processing will be on your portal within 24 hours, right? In all likelihood, like today's class, it should come by, you can say, night. रात तक आ जाना चाहिए, नहीं तो कल तक definitely आ जाएगा, tomorrow morning तक, right? 24 times is the standard time, maximum. अगली class से पहले. See, it will depend on how consistent you will be, right? The question is, if you're covering MCR, do you need PD 365, right? If you can consistently cover MCR throughout, then that is just going to be a revision thing for you, right? Maybe you can just go through and brush up to revise, right? Otherwise, content will be the same, right? Current affairs to cover ho hi jayega. Ji. That is not a definite thing, right? 90% of the time, or 90% surety say I can say that they will be conducted here, but there is definitely an option of changing the venue, but all the venues are nearby only. यहाँ पे Pusa Road pe we have one more venue on this side and one more near Rajendra Place. So within this region only you will have classes. Ji. No, you can submit your any assignment any day. There's no problem. Ideally, you should be submitting your assignments within the first 1 week. Okay, that's the ideal time. But yes, there's no restriction कि geography का assignment geography की class में submit करना है, आप किसी भी दिन कर सकते हो, next day लाके. So it usually takes 2 to 3 days for the experts to check. You will get an email, you will get a message once your copy has been checked, and it will be uploaded on your portal. Okay, your checked copy you can see, you can download it from your portal and see the checked copy. We don't get the assignment sheet backs, no, that will be available on the portal only. Okay. Anything else, Hukam, we can add? Okay. Anything else, anybody? Okay, all right. So, see, further also, as you will be taking more classes, you will have more doubts. So, you will definitely have the mechanism of again clarifying your doubt. You have Sugam or somebody is going to be here every day. So, any concerns you have, you can talk to them before the class, after the class. And you have our master coordinating ID of the classroom@visionis.in. जो ना समझ आए कि कहाँ पूछना है, ask them. They'll direct you accordingly. All academic doubts should be on the portal. Talk to expert section or everything non-academic regarding the course on the classroom ID. Right? Just remember this one thing that you have taken upon yourself a very difficult task, I should say, a very rigorous, arduous task, whatever adjectives you want to use, but this is definitely a very, very fruitful journey. And it requires a lot of sacrifice, it requires a lot of discipline, it requires a lot of dedication, which you will need to give till at least, if everything goes perfectly, till May, June of 2024. So basically, sadhu banna padega. There is no easy way, there is no shortcut. You have to be smart about the exam, you need to understand the exam and everything which you do. Eat, sleep, talk, watch. It has to be in line with your goal, and that is to get marks and get your name in that holy PDF. So remember this and make sure you are putting your energy at the right place. Sometimes, we get very fixated on things which are happening around us, right? Maybe there's a neighbor you don't like. So पूरी energy उसके खिलाफ propaganda create करने में लगा दी, ठीक है? इतने दिन उसमें लग गए कि वो बीच में क्या हो गया और वो पता नहीं. So of course you will always have time to go back to your life, to go back to that life or to do all the things which you want to do. As you will read more, you will become more agitated, more activated, more, aware of your rights, and you will feel like कि बस दुनिया बदल दूंगा. But be realistic of your goal. Make pause that. ये जो एक dedicated line लिया है, focus on this. Everything you do should be about this, and that includes things in all aspects. Like even if you are sitting in the class, you have something interesting going on around you, that will happen. Make sure it's not deviating you. When you go to Old Rajendra Nagar, there are tea stalls which are the hubs of all rumors which will be created around UPSC. Don't get bugged up about that. There are going to be so many speculations. Every year, every few months, some new theory somebody will bring. अरे वो कमेटी बिठा दिया है, अभी ऑप्शनल हटने वाला है, अभी ये होने वाला है, right? All these things are only meant to take you away from that goal which you have set for yourself. So don't let that happen. Start slow. Be kind to yourself. That is very important, especially for new aspirants. This is a very significant advice that you cannot exactly replicate somebody else's work. So if you maybe you're very inspired by somebody, the person says, I used to study 18 hours a day, right? Maybe you are not that person. Maybe you don't need 18 hours a day. 18 hours a day की problem ये है 2 साल नहीं चलता वो. It can work closer to the exam, but you cannot study 18 hours a day for 2 years continuously. ठीक है? June 2024 तक जिंदा रहना है, पढ़ते रहना है, ठीक है? Important है. So if you're starting with 3 hours, it's not a problem. Be consistent. For so many years now, we have seen brilliant people not being able to clear the exam, and the biggest problem is consistency. आपने 3 महीने बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाई करी, उसके बाद 6 महीने break. ठीक है? That doesn't work. You might be having the highest IQ, you might be very hardworking, but if you don't have consistency, it doesn't work here. So, consistent hard work, 4 घंटे का है, 5 का है, 6 का है, it will increase, but remember on that. Okay. We are here to help you in every way we can, but most of the work will have to be done by you, right? So on that note, I wish you all the best. And we're going to be starting with your first class, that is the geography class. Thank you.